Hello, my lovelies, and welcome to Where the Road Rises with me, your host, Eileen Curlin Walsh. Today, I am going to talk about estate planning tips for those of us facing major surgery. This is relevant for you, my dear viewers, since many of you face hip or knee or heart surgery, and suddenly, for me, your host also, I will tell you what I am facing in April this year and ask for your prayers. When facing surgery, you need to make sure you control what happens next. Hearing that you need major surgery can quickly shift your focus to logistics like time away from work, your family, your responsibility, your recovery plans. But in the middle of that preparation, one question matters most. If you are temporarily unable to manage your own affairs, who will be in charge of them? Major surgery is not just a medical event. It is a reminder to ensure the structure protecting your family and your assets is firmly in place. Taking these steps now ensures that if something unexpected occurs, your loved ones know exactly what to do without delay, confusion, or court involvement. After your family is informed about the surgery, contact your estate planning attorney to ensure your decision-making structure is firmly in place. Whether that means reviewing and updating existing documents or putting proper protection in place for the first time, an in-depth, focused conversation can confirm the right people have immediate authority and that your estate is positioned to operate seamlessly if needed. And what do I mean by estate? Your home, your vehicles, your retirement accounts, anything you take care of, your brokerage, your pensions, social security, your insurance policies, annuities, bank accounts, CDs, bonds, etc. So here's your checklist. Review existing documents. Ensure your estate plan documents are in place and up to date. Update personal representatives. Take a moment to ensure the people you've given authority to are still the ones that you would trust to manage if you're unable to. Review your beneficiary designations. Create or update your will and trust. If you have already designated someone to make healthcare decisions for you, be sure to inform them of your surgery and timing so they are prepared to act if necessary. And if you've not named a healthcare decision maker, now is the time to do so. And don't just get that person in place with a good legal document. Review your wishes with your healthcare power of attorney. Where would you want to be if you become less able? Who would you want to visit you? What is your pain tolerance? Would you want to donate organs? What are your end of life instructions? Have you thought about a DNR or a pull the plug document? Take the time to confirm your wishes so your chosen decision maker can act immediately and confidently for you without uncertainty or delay. Confirm that they are available. Ensure that they will be reachable and ready to respond during your surgery and immediate recovery period. It is also wise to confirm that you have a backup to that person so that if they are unable to help you, even if your number one is unavailable, that someone is ready to step in and then they are able to help you and make your decisions. So a quick little recap of the documents you need to prioritize. At a minimum, have the legal infrastructure in place to keep control where it belongs with you and your chosen decision makers. The following documents ensure that if you cannot act, authority shifts immediately to the right hands and your estate operates under your direction, not the state of Illinois. You need a living will, which is your end of life instructions, healthcare power of attorney, HIPAA, authorization, financial power of attorney, will, and trust. Those are the essentials. While estate planning may be the last thing you even want to think about before a surgery, taking those steps now ensures that if the unexpected happens, your family isn't left navigating confusion or court systems. They have clear direction and control from day one. This gives them and you that all important, what do I talk about all the time in estate planning? Peace of mind. The reason this important planning is top of my mind this month is I am having major surgery on April 9th of this year. I am donating one of my kidneys to a stranger in great need. So I will tell you our story. So back in September 2025, I had a big birthday. And as I stepped into my 60s, I reflected on the decades of my life to date, the roads I had traveled, my experiences, both the wonderful and the not so wonderful, and emerged with an overwhelming feeling of deep gratitude for my life and my gifts, my Irish heritage, my new home in America, the wonderful parents I had, my family, my darling husband and children, my successful practice, and my good health. I reflected that if I was lucky enough to get another 3 decades, I wanted to give in return for all that I had been given. And I asked myself often, what does that mean, Eileen? Are those just words? Give. How do you put that into practice? How do you make that real? Then in October of 25, just 4 weeks later, I read an article in a Chicago paper about a woman desperately seeking a kidney to save her life. She had spent 6 years looking, end-stage renal disease. She had a rare blood type, which I also shared, and I felt called to save her. She said in the article, I know my miracle is out there, and I thought, I will be your miracle. I placed a call to the number in the article, and here we are, 6 months later, preparing for surgery. I am, of course, a little frightened, but I am utterly at peace. I felt called to do this, and I know that God would not have put this before me if it was not for a greater good. I have all my legal documents in place, and I am ready for action. I will be out for several weeks in April, so my managing attorney, she's a friend of the show, she has been on here twice, Samantha Giese will host Where the Road Rises and bring you all the latest activities and events that little neighborhood gem of ours, Pathlights, has in store for you. So until then, join me in making sure your legal documents, including your healthcare powers, are in place. And please pray for me as I shall pray for thee. Thank you, and until next time on Where the Road Rises, goodbye.